Hello and welcome to the Sewing Whisperer and to another episode in the Essential Seams playlist. Today we're exploring the self-polished seam, also called the self-neatened seam, a beautiful way to finish a seam that's as functional as it is decorative. Want to sew along with me? There's a free downloadable pattern linked in the description below. If this is your first time here, don't forget to check out the other seam tutorials in the series. Each one builds your skills step by step, whether you're brand new or brushing up. Perfect if you're just getting started with your sewing machine or want to build confidence with core sewing skills. Hi and welcome. If you're just getting started on your sewing journey, you're in the right place. I've spent over 30 years in the fashion industry teaching people to sew, and every one of them have been able to sew with confidence. In this playlist, I'll walk you through the essential seams you need to know step by step. Let's get started. I'm demonstrating these seams on an industrial machine, but don't worry, everything I show can be sewn on any domestic sewing machine because it's the technique that matters most, not the machine. What is a self-polished or self-neatened seam? Let's take a look at two finished samples. On the right, we see the seam folded outwards, so the wrong side of the fabric is now a visible design feature. On the left, the seam is folded inwards. From the right side, you'll only see two clean rows of stitching. It's a really versatile technique. You can choose to showcase the wrong side for texture and contrast, or keep it subtle with just the top stitching visible. One of my students created a standout look using this technique. He used pinwheel corduroy and placed 3 cm wide seams down the back of a long anorak. He turned the wrong side of the fabric outwards as a bold feature and carried that detail across shirts and short jackets in his final menswear collection. It looked fantastic, subtle texture, great structure, and totally intentional. I've also used this seam on the centre front of a sheer top, folding it inwards so only the stitching shows. It created a lovely clean split opening. Again, no overlocking required, and it doubled as a design detail. Let's sew it together. For this example, I'm folding the seam outward, so the wrong side becomes the visible feature. Place your fabric wrong sides together. Sew the seam using the desired seam width. In this case, I've sewn a 2.5 cm or 1 inch wide seam, but you can go narrower or wider depending on the look you're going for. Press the seam open, then press both raw edges inwards by about 5 mm or 1/8 of an inch. Finally, edge stitch down both folded sides to secure everything neatly. And that's it. You've created a polished, durable, and potentially decorative seam, all without an overlocker. Well done, you've just added the self-polished seam to your sewing toolkit, a clean, strong and stylish finish perfected for both hidden and visible seams. Up next, we're taking a look at binding seam finishes, how to sew them and when you would use them for extra polish and protection. If you're finding this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. And let me know in the comments, how did you or would you use the self-neatened seam? If you're following along with the whole sewing playlist, I'll see you in the next one.